Yeah, here we will see that whatever is the macro that we have recorded, a code is generated for it in the background. So you just see, go into your macro, view macro. For the macro of yours, you do a simple step into. The step into will actually generate a VBA code. So with your name as country performance, this is your shortcut key. And before we actually dig down into it, it is, you see here, sort. The first thing we have done, right? And we have sorted on the B column, which is the runs column, right? In the descending order. And the entire sheet range was this much. This is the sheet range. Then we have scrolled down a lot. Now, okay, if I say no, I don't want that scrolling down and all that stuff, because probably it was a mistake. So what I'll do is I'll remove this entire scrolling exercise. It's the same thing happening, right? It is scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. That is what it is showing. So because of this scroll down, because of this present in the code, even our piece is also showing scrolling down, right? So let's say I will not have any of this code. Probably now when I run this code, it will not scroll down anymore. So you have to do the editing at this layer. Okay, then what did we do? Replace. So there is some code that got created, that selection.replace. We have selected something. In that selection we said replace. What? DNB. Replaced with this one. A space. And next time we have replaced the space with this one. So if I now say, no, I don't want these two different replacement, what I'll do is here itself in the formula, I'll say DNB replace with this, and this part I'll remove. This is no more applicable. Some more betterment. Now, what did we do after that? We did some conditional formatting. Greater than 125. On that column, whatever G column was the strike rate. Strike rate greater than 125, we have highlighted them with a green color. So it has put something to do with the green color. Some code for the green color. Now we cannot remember all these things. So what we have to remember typically is what all cannot be recorded, what all are not possible through recording, what all is possible through recording, simply record it. Take that piece of code into your application. See, let's say, okay, let's complete it and then I'll give that scenario. Then, okay, we have done the recording. We have done the green color, conditional formatting. Then after that, what did we do? Okay, total runs code. We have typed some heading called total runs code, in which we have used a formula called sum. Right? The details I'll explain it. Then the centuries code, countif is the formula which we have used. Right? Then again some scrolling we have done. So probably just to avoid why this code is so big, at least the scrolling parts I can delete to make the code slightly smaller. Right? Then what did we do? We did some pivot table. There is some code it is writing for the pivot table. If I am not, if it is, if I really want, I don't need to remember the code for the pivot table. If at all I have to draw some pivot table also, I can simply record it and use that code. Right? If I have to create a pivot table, I just need to record it once. This is a code it is showing, right? So this workbook dot pivot dot create. So create a pivot table where, okay, this is the data which it is talking of. On this data, create a pivot table. Right? This is the destination where the pivot table is getting created. We have selected some destination. If we want to change that, we will change that later. Here if I change this small piece of code here, it will create in some other. Let's say I don't want it in sheet 1. I want it in sheet 2. Just change it from sheet 1 to sheet 2 here. A new pivot will be created in the new sheet.